Well, hello and welcome to Producer Dan. Thank you very much for stopping by the channel today. Today, I'm excited to talk about this new plugin that's available now to Pro Tools users, and it's called DynAssist Lite. This is a vocal, dialogue, and musical instrument editing plugin that offers automatic volume automation and a vocal gate in the Lite version, and breath and sibilance control in the full version. First of all, it's ARA compatible, so you can, very much like the Spectral Layers Go editing software, you do it in a separate window, non-destructively, and you can render your work if you're happy with it, or you can start over again. Today I'm going to show you how to use it to edit your vocals. So you'll find this new plugin in your Avid link. Click on Products, go to your latest version of Pro Tools, click on that, and all of those new features will drop down, and look for DynAssist. So you can go ahead and download the Lite version there. You can try out the full version for a couple of weeks if you want, and you can upgrade to the full version for $149. You can see I have activated the 14-day trial. Now, to open the plugin, you can right-click on the track you'd like to edit and choose DynAssist Edit. Another way of doing this is right here. You can open any of these ARA plugins. I prefer to do it this way. So this is the plugin. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to open this up just a little bit so you can see what it's done. So this is a new project I'm working on, a new song from Vicky Andres called Stalking the Muse. And this vocal track that I have is just a raw vocal track, no EQ, no compression. And this is a very good track to work on this because this is a rock song. It's very dynamic. I'm going to turn this off and we'll listen to this very first verse. Take a look at the meter over here and see the dynamics in this performance.
There's a fire in her stride, with the courage of a lion's pride. She would go to the ends of the earth to protect your blind side.
So I'll turn this back on, and you can see that it is placed automation to bring down the loud parts and to bring up the quiet parts. And since this is a rock song and she's going very fast, this is kind of the middle of the road, so I really don't want that setting. I do want it to be kind of fast and to make those decisions very quick. And notice the meter here. It kind of hangs out right there. It's nice and even. It's very nice.
There's a fire in her stride, with the courage of a lion's pride. She would go to the ends of the earth to protect your blind side.
And you notice how her vocal is kind of coming down here at the end, and the fader is being automated up at that point. So that's something I would do if I was doing this by hand. Here's the target loudness threshold. So it kind of figures that out. Where's the best target loudness threshold? So we could adjust this, but then it would be less effective. It's kind of made a decision on where that should be for this vocal track. One thing I want you to notice is when I turn this off, you can hear the click track, which is very normal. She probably had that click track up in her headphones so she could hear it.
There's a fire.
But when I turn it on, the noise gate has taken care of that.
There's a fire.
And here's a look at the breath function, and you can see it has sensed and highlighted where those breaths are, and it has turned them down. So we can adjust and decide how loud we want all of the breaths across the way. So right now it's at 12. We can make them louder. That's 5. Let's take it down to maybe 20. So we can turn down or turn up the breaths all by the same amount. Something else you can do with the breath is you can listen just to the breaths by pressing the headphones here. Same way with Sibilance. It sensed all of the S's and highlighted them. So you can kind of de-S here if you want. And again, you can listen to your Sibilance just by clicking the headphones. So it does place the Sibilance and breaths relative to the rest of the audio. So in a way, you could use this as a de-esser too if you wanted. You can also detach this and put this on a separate monitor if you want, and it's completely resizable, and you can reattach it here. And with all, you can take a look at all of your parameters all at once. Over here you see the different modes. Right now it's in vocal mode, so it's perfect for vocals or dialogue. Here it's in instrument mode. You could run your bass guitar through this and it would pull up those quiet notes and push down those more full, boomier bass notes. And down here is the edit button. If you wanted to edit your automation, you press this and hover over the dot you want to change, click on it, pull it down, and then exit out, and there's your change. And you can undo that too if you want with the undo button. All right, so once you have your vocal edited, to render the work, you can click on your track, right-click on it, DynAssist, and render. Another way to render your work is over here in the track area. This is the ARA section. Click on this, choose none, and this will pop up. So you can either commit or you can revert everything to the original state. And here you are, the fully edited track.
There's a fire in her stride. With the courage of a lion's pride, she would go to the ends of the earth to protect your blind side.
And there you can see it's very smooth, a very smooth vocal performance. I think it did a very good job with this, particularly this kind of fast-moving rock song. The one thing it doesn't really do, and this isn't criticism, but if there were plosives like heavy P sounds or B sounds or blowing into the microphone, air into the microphone, you would still have to go in and maybe edit those manually. And I have a video on how to do that as well. You can check that one out. I'll put the link in the description below for editing vocals. Anyway, I wanted to cover this because I have covered all the new features in Pro Tools over the last 2 years, most of them anyway. And I've done a nice playlist that I'll put in the description below, and also in the end card of this video you can check out the other new features in the last couple of years. So be sure and check that out. Thank you very much for stopping by the channel today. I do appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care.